Guys, what's up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I am reviewing the Honor Magic V2. So we will discuss its introduction and specs. So let's start. Honor just pulled the wraps off of what is their third generation large foldable. Even though the name may not be all the self-explanatory, the Magic V2 arrives to replace the Verse VS, which has a significant enough change for the original V to count as more than a mid-cycle refresh. We were invited to the Magic V2 announcement event in China and got to spend some time with early samples of the new foldable, and we have some initial impression to share. First thing first, though these being pre-production units on the Magic V2, they are not running anything close to commercial grade firmware, so we will be limiting our observation to just the hardware, and there's a plenty to look at. Next in line, as a matter of availability, Honor is not detailing international plans for the Magic V2 for now, but we are hopeful things might end up with the Magic versus way with a global launch a few months down the line. That's just being ever so optimistic though. Now on the device itself, for a quick rundown of the specs, some of the most impressive numbers come from the dimensions and weight fields, where the footprint is smaller than the of iPhone 14 Pro Max, but more importantly so too the weight. Honor has managed to shave off some 300 grams from the VS heft, bring the number to a properly impressive 231 grams, with some caveats depending on back panel material, but more on the latter. The Magic V2 is also the first foldable of its kind to go below 10 mm in thickness, if only barely. The display have gotten improvements across the board too. The internal one now supports up to 120 Hz refresh rate, 90 Hz on the VS, and the maximum brightness is specified at 1600 nits, 800 nits in the old model. The cover display's claimed brightness has been doubled to 2500 nits. Both are LTPO OLEDs, of course, and features 3840 Hz PWM dimming. The diagonals remain unchanged at 7.92 inches on the foldable panel and 6.43 inches on the cover, but the aspect had been slightly tweaked. The camera system has gotten some tweaks too. The rear setup now features two 50 megapixel modules for main and ultra wide, and a new 20 megapixel telephoto that offers 2.5x zoom. The VS had a more basic 8 megapixel 3x unit, two 16 megapixel selfie cameras, one per display. Complete the picture now with a f/2.2 aperture versus the VSF by 2.45 ones. We don't doubt the changes are in right direction, but we will still have to wait for a review unit to verify. Honor also had much to say about the new silicon carbon battery used in the Magic V2, touting its vastly improved energy density. We don't doubt it at least partially responsible for the weight reduction, even though capacity has remained the same at 5000 mAh. The new Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 chipset should help squeeze some more life out of it. That's more or less the basics covers. Let's see what the Magic V2 is all about in hand. So now we will talk about the design and build quality of the Honor Magic V2. Honor was on a mission with the Magic V2, and the mission was to make a large foldable that's not bulkier than the high-end handset and the bar form factor. Holding a V2 in the hand, we can easily say that they have succeeded. The Magic V2 measures 156 7 multiplied by 749 mm in its folded state, which is tangibly smaller and footprint than both of the iPhone 14 Pro Max and the Galaxy S23 Ultra. While both of those conventional devices are thinner, the 2 mm difference versus the iPhone is almost entirely offset by the Magic's curved sides, while the 1 mm advantage of the Galaxy is lost by its overall large dimensions. So this was the review of the Honor Magic V2. For more reviews, subscribe my channel and click the bell icon.